Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impression video for Fire Emblem Heroes. And today they just revealed on the Faye trailer the Choose Your Legends 2 units. And they also just dropped a trailer for the arrival of the Brave. I figured I'd just do a reaction of the arrival to the Brave since really the Faye channel, all it was going over the Choose Your Legends 2 units. So I figure the arrival of the Brave trailer is going to have a more in-depth look at all of the skills and that are available for the weapons for each of the units. So I figure I'll just cut to the chase. The only additional thing that was revealed on the Faye channel was, one, we get to choose one of these units for free, and two, there's going to be a Forging Bonds event. But besides that, nothing else was really revealed, so I feel a little bit more comfortable in just taking a look at the character trailer and looking at that for the first time with all of you. So with that, let us begin. Alright, new heroes join the battle. Brave Princess.
I am Veronica. However,
Veronica.
The Veronica you know.
Her art's actually pretty cool. I do like it. Alright, so we've got... she is a healer, a cavalry healer. Those can be very intimidating in today's meta for sure. Okay. Sacred Twin Lord. This is going to be Ephraim.
Is known as Garm. It's a weapon from
Very, very green Ephraim. He's got Garm, Close Defense 3, Special Fighter 3. We'll take another look at their skills a second time around.
No time to waste.
Alright. Warrior Priestess.
This sword is a
They got Hidari to come back to, or for the first time, I guess, in Heroes, to do Celica's art. Her outfit's kind of weird. I mean, I think her art looks pretty good, but I don't know how I feel about what she's wearing. It's very simple. I guess that's a callback to sort of the older style. So I do get it. I mean, I think that is the intent. I'm just really okay. Brave Warrior.
You're not dying while I'm around.
And it's going to be a green Hector. Everybody's so green. I don't know what it is. Okay, alright. So we've got... he's coming with Bold Fighter. And one of the even skills as well. Interesting that he's got a res wave, which... could he be the first Hector with a pretty decent res stat? I don't know. Alright, so... okay. New heroes are here, and obviously starting tomorrow, where we're going to be able to pick our first, or rather our free Choose Your Legends unit of the 4, which is very exciting. Of course, that also means that the old Choose Your Legends banner may be going away, so if to the extent that you haven't picked one already, pick one, because there's a good chance that this current Choose Your Legends banner, or the new Choose Your Legends banner, is going to be replacing the current Choose Your Legends banner. I think that there was somebody on Reddit that asked customer service about Nintendo customer service about that, and they did suggest that the old banner was going away. So if you haven't picked your Choose Your Legends 1 unit for free yet, please do so. There's no need to hold out. Just pick one. Pick one, because then you're going to be able to pick one for Choose Your Legends 2 as well. Let's go ahead and replay the trailer, and we can take another look, or closer look, I should say, at the skills for each of these units, as well as the art. Okay, new heroes join the battle. So first up is going to be Veronica. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at her art right here. Let's pause. Okay, so we have Kozaki Yusuke doing the art for her. She is a cavalry healer, and like I mentioned, those can be pretty devastating depending on their builds, certainly. She looks pretty cool, I have to say. I wasn't terribly... I'm not one of those huge Veronica fans. I know they're out there. I know there are those out there that absolutely adore Veronica. For me... I don't really care about her that much, but her design looks really cool here, I have to admit. I think they did a good job with her outfit and the sort of the red lining of the cape cloak thing that she's got in the back. It looks very nice. And she's got little wing things on her sides. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and keep going with this.
Different than the Veronica you know.
Alright, so let's pause here, take a look at her skills. So, oh god, do I even dare to try to pronounce that staff? Lead Scalf? I don't know. Anyway, foe cannot counterattack, so it's got the innate dazzling effect. After combat, if unit attacked, inflicts +4 or -4 boosts on target and foes within 2 spaces, and +4 boosts to unit and targets within 2 spaces of Veronica. So it's a lot like Sod's legendary weapon, except it deals magic damage for one thing, and it has a dazzling effect, basically, or a sweep effect almost, if you will. A Recover Plus is a great assist for healers. Windfire Balm Plus. So it's a 1-turn cooldown. When healing an ally with a staff, grants attack and 6 plus speed +6 to all allies for 1 turn. Wow. Wow, that's really good. So it's a 1-turn cooldown, which means that she will very, very easily get access to the Windfire Balm, and as soon as she activates it, everybody on her team gets a +6 to attack and speed, regardless of range. That's actually kind of absurd. Geez, okay. Wrathful Staff for the B slot. Okay, that's predictable. So she's fully kitted to do that damage, to do that, put in that work. Close Guard 3 for the seal. Allies within 2 spaces gain. Jeez, okay. Allies within 2 spaces gain this effect. If foe uses sword, lance, axe, or dragonstone, grants defense res +4 during combat. Okay. Alright. That's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's going to be a passive effect too, so it's not going to be an activated effect, which means, of course, it stacks with things like hones, not fortifies, really, and wards, naturally. So that's pretty cool. This is, it's a pretty interesting kit because she'll naturally and inherently provide a defensive boost to all of her allies, which is just very good. She can heal them naturally. She buffs all of her allies and debuffs all of her enemies upon attacking, and then upon healing, she buffs all of her allies. So no matter like what she does, she's buffing and being a team player, which makes her incredibly valuable. So she's actually a really, really powerful contender out of these 4 for sure. Now, I mean, not even withstanding the fact that cavalry healers in general in this game are incredibly strong. Now, of course, the issue being, arena scoring and BST. If that's something that you care about, and, we haven't seen her stats, so we don't know exactly what they are, but historically, those have been on the lower end, at least as far as scoring is concerned for healers. Or for arena, I should say. So, keep that in mind. We'll see, I guess, more as things are revealed, probably a little bit later tonight. Okay, let's keep going with this. Alright, she doubles and kills. And then she uses the Windfire Balm. Okay. Sacred Twin Lord. Go look at his art. So Wada Sachiko did the art for Ephraim. He is an armored axe user, so swapping places with Hector there. And like I said, he's very, very green. The art's okay. It's pretty good. It has kind of an old school feel to it. Greg Chun reprising his role. Let's keep going with it. He has a shield. Alright, let's pause here, take a look at his skill. So Garm is his weapon, grants attack +3, that's always nice. If a bonus granted by a skill like Rally or Hone or extra movements... So if he has any activated skill placed on him, if I'm reading this right, if an activated skill is placed on him, then he makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, which is not unlike any other Ephraim that's out there. Pretty much the two other Ephraims that are currently in the game both have this kind of guaranteed follow-up attack effect. And so, you know, legendary, it appears, or not legendary, Choose Your Legends Ephraim appears to have a similar effect on his weapon. Draconic Aura for the special, Close Defense 3. It's always a good skill. Special Fighter 3. So we're getting another addition to the fighter class of skills in the B slot. Let's take a look at what it does. At the start of combat, if a unit's HP is greater than or equal to 50%, grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit and inflict special cooldown -1 on foe per attack. Huh. Really? Oh wow, that's kind of busted. So, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 50%, grant special cooldown charge +1 to the unit. So he basically has a bold fighter effect, right? Because his weapon inherently, as long as he has a buff, which I don't see why you would never not have a buff. It's easy enough to do. His weapon guarantees him performing a follow-up attack. Special Fighter 3 gives him a bold fighter effect in that, basically on the additional cooldown, and he inflicts upon his opponent a +1, so that basically they don't get any special charge, which is kind of crazy. That's pretty great, actually, and that does synergize with his Garm. And Armor March for his C slot, which is a natural choice. An Armor March will allow he himself, as long as he is near another armor unit, to activate his the effect of Garm. So that's a strong kit for sure. I could definitely see Special Fighter 3 wreaking some havoc depending on the type of build that you have. Let's keep going.
No time to waste.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. Alright, Women's Division first place, Warrior Priestess.
This sword is a curious one.
Okay. So let's take a look at Celica's art here. It's very clean, it's very old school. Hidari, again, doing the art, and Hidari is a fantastic artist. I'm used to her new look, I guess, so it's not exactly the Celica that I remember, but it's I mean, it's nice. It looks nice. It's just, again, not what I'm used to as far as Celica is concerned. I was expecting something a little bit more glamorous, and instead it was, I think they deliberately so tried to have something a little bit more low key, as sort of a callback to her old game, or the old version of her game. So let's keep going.
Royalty alone.
Alright, let's pause here, take a look at her skills. So she's a Gale Force user, we can see right off the bat. Royal Sword, grants speed +3, that is always a good thing. If unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants unit special cooldown charge +1 per unit's attack. Okay, so if I'm reading this right, if unit, so it's talking about Celica, is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Celica's special cooldown +1 per unit's attack. So as long as she's within 2 spaces of an ally, she'll get basically a blade effect, or what is it? She basically gets an additional cooldown charge every time she attacks. So she'll go from Gale Force being 5-turn cooldown to a 3-turn cooldown every attack that she does, as long as she's within 2 spaces of an ally. Doesn't seem broken. That's pretty, I mean, that's interesting. Because obviously it doesn't stack with any of the blade skills, Flashing Blade, Heavy Blade. It's interesting. I wouldn't say that it's terribly broken or anything. Gale Force for her special. Okay, so alright, so Death Blow 4. Let's talk about Death Blow 4 here, because this is the first time in the game that they're introducing Tier 4 of a particular skill. We've seen pseudo-power creep with skills in the past, but not like a straight-up outclassing or promotion of a previous skill. This is the first time. It's unprecedented. It's the first time it's happened in the game. And what does this mean? I mean, it'd be great if previous Deathblow 3 users would be able to learn Deathblow 4. I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is Celica is going to release, and she's going to be the only unit with Deathblow 4. You're going to be able to inherit that skill onto other users. And Celica will probably have Deathblow 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can inherit Deathblow 4 onto other units, but it's only going to be available on Celica for a while. And then eventually, a couple months down the line, you're going to see Deathblow 4 make an appearance on other characters that are more accessible, and it will eventually and slowly be disseminated into the pool, so that people can actually pull it. This is a slippery slope, I will say. It's definitely like a straight upgrade, straight power creep as far as skills are concerned. However, it's also inheritable, and that's the thing with these skills and what they've done with skill inheritance. There's a lot of talk and concern about power creep in general in the game, and as far as BST is concerned, it's a real thing. If you have a unit that is positive or greater than in every single stat than another unit, that there's really nothing you can do about that, right? Your old unit is basically outclassed by the new unit, aside from any legendary weapon effects or unique skills that apply to that unit. What they're doing here is basically introducing more powerful skills, but the more powerful skills are inheritable. Honestly, as far as power creep is concerned, that's not the worst thing in the world. What that means is that your old unit can still inherit Deathblow 4 down the line. And despite the fact that these units come pre-equipped with these very powerful skills, again, like Deathblow 4, not something like Royal Sword or Double Lion, which are clearly going to be exclusive to these units, but them introducing a 4th tier is their way of making power creep a little bit more manageable, I would say, for older units, because the older units can technically acquire these skills. Now, one other implication I will say of Deathblow 4 is that we're going to start seeing Tier 4 of all kinds of skills. We're going to see Darting Blow 4, we're going to see Fury 4, we're going to see Swift Sparrow 3, we're going to see... who knows? I mean, we're going to see additional tier strengths of all kinds of different skills introduced into the game. This is the very first one, and it's probably going to be rolled out over the course of the next year or so. So, keep an eye out, because this isn't going to be the only one. We're definitely going to be getting more of these, Tier 4 skills into the game. I don't doubt that at all. And for some of these skills, some of the more outdated skills, that's a good thing. For some of the really old skills, like the Defiant skills, or the skills that nobody uses ever, that could be a very good thing, or at least a half-decent thing. At least brings those skills into relevancy as far as being kind of a prerequisite, right? But it is interesting. I feel like this is one of the things that kind of shakes the foundation a little bit more than all of these other skills, even though the other characters offer a lot of these really, really crazy abilities. The introduction of Deathblow 4, I think, has more implications in the game than a lot of what the other skills or units, I should say, are offering. But enough about Deathblow 4. I'm sorry for boring you so much about Deathblow 4, but let's talk a little bit about Double Lion now as her B skill. If unit's HP is 100% at the start of the combat and unit initiates combat, unit attacks twice, but deals 1 damage to unit after combat. So that is... that's cool. Huh. So that's going to be... I mean, Double Lion does exactly what you would expect Double Lion to do. The main issue, of course, being that it doesn't synergize... Like, she doesn't have Renewal. Since it is on her B slot, she can't use Renewal to, to make sure that her health is at 100%. She is guaranteed to attack twice. Huh. But, it's also on her B slot, which means that she doesn't get a Desperation effect. So it's not like she can attack twice in succession either. So that's kind of odd. I feel like Double Lion is in a weird place. It allows her to double. Doesn't give her the advantage of being able to use Desperation along with that. Maybe I'm just not thinking it clearly. Maybe there's more to it than how I'm reading it. But it seems as though it's a little bit gimped by being a B slot because, again, you don't have the ability to sort of self-sufficient heal unless you replace Gale Force with Ether or Soul. And then similarly, you don't have, you can't have a Desperation effect on your B slot. Now, you could run Ether very handily on her, especially since her Royal Sword allows her to get that quicker cooldown. It's just something I'll have to think about a little bit more, and the implications of it. Attack Tactic 3 for C skill, nothing crazy here. Start of the turn, this is, we've seen the tactic skills, attack +6, attack being one of the better tactic skills, certainly. Let's go ahead and continue. Alright.
Your feelings give me strength.
Okay, that's a lot of damage. Alright, men's division, first place. Brave Warrior Hector. So again, very green Hector. Like the green and purple, though. The purple cloak's looking very slick there behind him. Our first Hector without our mods. Our first non-axe Hector. He is armored. But he does have a lance. So for those of you who want to run Hector Emblem, you will at least have one non-green on your team. So that's a relief to some people out there. But he's looking good. Kita Senri did a good job on the art there. Yeah, I think he looks very good. Let's keep going with this.
Not a chance.
All right, let's pause here for his skill. So Maltet accelerates special trigger cooldown -1 if unit's HP is above 50%. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. So the name of the game appears to be guaranteed follow-up attacks. All right, so he has a slaying effect on his axe, or no, lance. Jeez, I think Hector, I think axe, right? No, it's a lance. So he has a lance. It's a slaying lance effect, and he gets a guaranteed follow-up attack if he has above or equal to 50% health. That's very solid, very, very, very solid all around. Ignis for his special. Ostian counter for his A slot. So this is an enhanced distant counter. If there was anybody that was going to have an enhanced distant counter, who would that be? It would be Hector, right? So unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range. If foe initiates combat, grants attack and defense +4 during combat. Yeah, I mean that's just real solid. It's basically a stance. Is it stance? It's one of those skills. I can't remember exactly which one, but it's basically that integrated into distant counter. So it's distant counter on steroids. We got Bold Fighter 3 for the B slot, which is as always excellent. So we've got guaranteed doubles on offense, and then Maltet provides guaranteed doubles on defense. Okay, so we've got guaranteed doubles all around. And even res wave 3, the start of even number turns grants res +6 to unit and adjacent. Wait, grants res +6 to unit and adjacent allies for 1 turn. Okay, that is interesting that he would get a res boost of all characters. That Hector would get a res boost for a C slot, but we'll have to look at his stats. We'll see how that plays out. Let's continue with it. Okay, that guaranteed double. And that Ignis is going to hurt. Yep, okay. Arrival of the Brave. So yeah, I mean, these units are looking pretty good. I do have to say, there are some very interesting implications among all of them. They're going to be hitting tomorrow, or I guess today, since I'm recording this right now on the 21st. So they're going to be hitting in just a few hours. Let me know if you guys are excited. Let me know if you are pulling on this band. Well, okay. Well, everybody's getting a free unit. So which one are you picking? I'm still debating internally which one I'm going to go with, I gotta say. I've got to think it through a little bit more. This is kind of a tough decision. But let me know what you're interested in getting for your free summon. Let me know if you're going to be summoning on this to try to get your merges or fodder, what have you, for your characters. If you're going to be pulling on this banner for those units, merges, or fodder. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride and watching this trailer for the first time with us. It was a little bit spoiled because of the Fae channel, but you know, we didn't have all of the skills of all of the characters and all of the art or anything like that, so I thought it might still be worthwhile to make this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate it, and until next time, let's protect those skies.